Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. I'm your host, David Wright. The Gold Cup is in full swing. The U.S. Has defeated St. Kitts and Nevis by a score of 6-0. That is not surprising. St. Kitts is actually the smallest populated nation in the Western Hemisphere. The United States is actually the biggest. They're a complete mismatch. Um, Before you think maybe that was unsporting of us to run the score up like that, a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, this group stage involves goal differential as a tiebreaker, and we very well expect to end up in a tie with Jamaica after the three group stage games. So it could very well be that winning the group is going to come down to who can beat up on St. Kitts the most. We beat them 6-0. Jamaica will play them later, I believe, on Sunday, and while we'll play Trinidad and Tobago, a team that Jamaica beat by 3 goals. Right now, U.S. is in first place, or at least with a goal differential advantage of 3 over Jamaica, but they still get to play St. Kitts, and we don't know how bad they're going to beat them. So we had to run up the score the best we could. But the other comment there is that we didn't play our starters. We're already bringing a B, possibly C squad to this tournament. And there was also heavy rotation from the first game against Jamaica. We played the guys that mostly started on the bench against Jamaica. They were the ones starting in this game. And so, and we still beat them 6-0. So our next game is going to be Sunday night against Trinidad and Tobago. That will wrap up the group stage, and we're hoping to maintain that goal differential advantage over Jamaica. We got to hope that maybe Jamaica doesn't score more than 4 or 5 against St. Kitts. I want to point out though that this tournament though, and I think this kind of result shows us how important getting into the Copa America next year is going to be. The U.S. automatically qualifies for the 26 World Cup. We're not going to have a qualification schedule. It's going to be very, very important that the Federation finds quality opposition, quality matches for us to play during this cycle. We're going to have to go out and look for them. We're going to have to do it during friendly windows. And we'll have an opportunity to do that in the windows where other CONCACAF nations are playing their qualification matches. We already have Germany, I know, scheduled for later this year. So that's the type of stuff we're going to have to look for. A lot of people don't want to take this tournament seriously because of the quality of the squad that we've brought to it. I understand this is not our best team, and CONCACAF nations, especially in this early stage, this first stage, there's a lot of minnows, right? There's a lot of teams you can beat up on. It's not serious competition. That's all true. To me, that's not a reason to not watch. I mean, I'm a fan of the U.S. national team. Just like I'm a fan of Major League Soccer, the league doesn't have to be the best in the world for me to follow it. And the U.S. squad doesn't have to be the absolute best players we have all the time for me to want to watch it. I mean, it's obviously we know who our A squad is. We know who our best players are. But the other players need time too. And I'm a fan of theirs also. I mean, it's okay to see other people play. I would like to see the Gold Cup taken more seriously, respected more. I like to see it respected on the same level as Copa America or the Euros. But obviously that's not going to happen when the best teams are not bringing their best players. It could be, so when we don't, right, when we don't have our A squad, then people say this doesn't count or it doesn't matter. Well, it's true in the sense that if we were to lose or at least, get eliminated, not win the whole thing, it's not a doom and gloom scenario for us. It doesn't mean that we've regressed as a program. You can't take that away from it because this wasn't our best squad. If our best squad comes in and loses the Gold Cup, that's a different story. So to me, fielding the squad that we have for this tournament takes the pressure off. Like, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, right? So let's run these guys out and see how they do. We need to develop depth. So why not take this opportunity? I just don't have to have the best players playing for me to be interested in it. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and kind of touch base with you here during the Gold Cup. We won big over St. Kitts. That was totally expected, but we need to try to win that goal differential battle over Jamaica. That'll be settled Sunday night when we play TNT, and Jamaica will be playing their final game, the one against St. Kitts. Jamaica could very well be the strongest team at this entire tournament. So it could very well be a case that we'll play them again before this tournament is over. So and by the way, the Gold Cup has taken place. This is the 17th Gold Cup. It started in 1991. Out of the 16 previous Gold Cups, Canada won once, which was in the year 2000, and the other 15 have been won by Mexico and the United States. Mexico has 8 Gold Cup championships to their history. The United States has 7, and Canada has 1. And that's it. Those are all the winners we've ever had. This is an opportunity this year to add a different team to that list because Jamaica looks like they could be the strongest. But obviously, all the teams are alive, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's going to do it for this tournament. For this episode. We have a lot of soccer coming up this summer. I'm looking forward to getting into Leagues Cup with you. The Women's World Cup is just around the corner. I'm not necessarily going to cover that a lot. I don't follow that team too closely. But I'll touch base on it, and any questions you have about it, leave it in the comments. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. So watch some soccer with me. We have U.S. versus Trinidad and Tobago in the Gold Cup Sunday night on FS1, and I'll talk to you next time.